um, morning or afternoon, wherever you are watching me from. This is Faust Manjuf. Um, if you guys can pay attention, you will see that I am sweating a lot. I was, of course, jogging. It's 11 a.m. where I am. So I was jogging and I decided to stop just because I am thinking so much about what is happening in our country. I just have to stop jogging right now just to be able to have this conversation with our people. Tomorrow on the Lutah Gambia event show, in fact, before tomorrow, in a little bit, we'll be doing Menyanta, myself and Pa Ibrahim Mama Koto, and we're going to talk about the importance of peace in our country and stuff. And tomorrow on the Lutah Gambia event show, we are going to dedicate it to the topic that I am discussing for the most part. And this is not a joking matter, like seriously. Our country is in a deep and big mess this minute, and something needs to be done. I, Pa Usman Diouf, advocate for a complete overhaul of the Gambian civil service. And I will tell you my reasons. Just a couple of days ago, today is Saturday, I was following, in fact, I will go back a little bit. Until yesterday, one of our reporters was at the Gambia Physical Planning interviewing the Director of Physical Planning, Mr. Manjan, until yesterday. Because about a month ago, the Gambian comedian Babaja started this thing he was doing, which of course we were involved with, which we were informed of, which has to do with land issues in the Gambia, which has to do with the fraudulent real estate companies we have in the country. This is not a joke. When we were informed, in the process of trying to follow due diligence, we decided to reach out to all the stakeholders who have something to do with land related issues. And you must have seen some of the snippets we put out there. We were at the Canifing Magistrate Court and interviewed the magistrate after several attempts. We were in Gunjur and we spoke to the Alcalo of Gunjur about these land related issues. This is about 2-3 weeks ago. We were at the Birikama Area Council to interview the head of the area council. We were at the Birikama Alcalo's house and office to interview the Birikama Alcalo. I can tell you, we have contacted the police to interview the police on this issue. We have been to all the real estate agencies who were accused of being part of this, from Carefinder to Combo Real Estate to what do you call it? Carefinder, Combo Real Estate, what are their names? Vision Real Estate, you name it. It's about 7 or 10 of them that we have been to actually have their side of the story. This coming week, we will actually publish those findings. And this is over 1 month that we have been working on this particular investigation. The Gambia Police Force so far are the ones who we haven't spoken to yet. We have contacted the PRO of the police and we haven't spoken to him. Every other stakeholder, it was a big running around for us. Come today, come tomorrow, come today, come tomorrow. And that brings me back to what I started saying. 2 days ago, I watched Kerfatu, and I saw a show that they did in which one of the elders of Gunjur was calling for government's intervention. That the matter, this thing that is happening today, the old man had said it, that Gunjur is sitting on a timing bomb because they have been everywhere. They have done everything possible to actually discuss with the authorities, to engage the authorities about this land issue between Gunjur and Berendi. And he explained, and from the reports we are getting, it's unfortunate that we could not send a team to Gunjur earlier today because we had other commitments, things that our team had to go cover. And myself, of course, is morning here in Seattle. I'm just waking up. But I have been following this issue. We have done several interviews on this issue. 2 weeks ago, we were at Ndian Village where the Manjagos, of course, of the village claimed that one Jiba Jabang family from Sanyang was trying to come and take their land. So each of these people think they are in the right, they have the right to these land issues, whether it is Gunjur, whether it is Sanyang, whether it is the Manjagos at Lian village, whether it is the Manjagos at Tanene, or all these other places that we are talking about, or the Jolas at Branding, this Sanyang family at Berending. All of them think and believe that they are on the right side and they are entitled to whatever they are claiming. Now, our government are the ones that I am talking to. It's the government that I am talking to. Please, civil servants, I am calling for a complete overhaul of this civil service because people's lives are at stake to a great extent. And you have people working who should be doing things, who should be taking care of things, and they don't actually do any of these things. The Nyoneka for Hussein office, killing, they have work to do. They have files on their desk. They have places they need to go to. They have things that they need to do. Instead of doing those things, they're sitting in their offices and enjoying or traveling around or doing other things that is different from what they are paid to do. And people's lives are at stake. This thing that happened in Gunjur today could have been avoided because the people have said it. The old past said it, that they are sitting on a timing bomb, that they are sitting on the timing bomb, that they are pushed to the edge, and next they are going to revenge, they are going to act. It's unfortunate that they ended up being victimized. The Pa explained it, that if you listen to it or if you watch it, you will hear the Pa say it. He's saying that 2 weeks ago, there are men, the young people of Gunjur went to, went to the site where this thing took place. And this young man from Berending village, whose grandfather is the Alcalo, who has the stamp of his grandfather, who is the Alcalo of Berending. He has his stamp. He takes this stamp and he actually uses it to do to sell the lands from Berending. And as a result, people are coming to buy land from him. And this is a big deal, and this is a big problem, according to the Alcalo, according to the person, and he was recommending. He said they went there, their youth went there to work, and in the process, somebody, this same guy they're talking about, who supposedly killed this Buba Jammeh today, actually went and destroyed their tires. Seen tanki moto yi. Dafa jël yépp mu toj ko. He comes with a gun. They come with knives. They stab some of the people from Gunjur. And they said they are actually sitting on a timing bomb. And that this thing has reached every level, all the way to President Adama Barrow. All stakeholders are involved. If physical planning is involved, if the Ministry of Local Government and Land is involved, if the police are involved, like seriously, they make a hand, and a lot is happening in this country. I don't have faith. For those of you that follow me, yesterday I did this short video in which I just sat and I was thinking about all these things happening in the country with the firing of the UDP 3 lawyer Usainu Dabo, Amadou Sane, and Mr. Lamin Diba. I was thinking to myself, and I am looking at the situation with everything that is happening. These are the things that our government should be worried about. These are the things that the government should have been taking care of. We have land issue. In the video I did yesterday, I advocate for the Gambia to be sold and my part to be given to me. It was funny to a lot of people. If you go to our YouTube page, you will see it. I have a lot of people calling me about it, but it is something that I actually mean. Why did I say so? Because there are so many things happening in our country. There are so many things happening in our country that our government should be worried about. And I made mention these things. To start with, of course, we have the state versus Yakumba Jete. For the past 2 weeks, we are seeing the courts going back and forth. President Barrow firing Yakumba Jete and her going to the courts. And we have Gambian intellectuals, Gambian lawmakers, and different people, experts in different fields, giving us different conflicting stories that are confusing the citizens. These people see this way, those people see that way. You don't even know which one to believe. Finally, for the court to end up deciding, of course, to go ahead and rule in favor of the government with Yakumba Jete's injunction that she was claiming, excuse me, that she filed for Mr. Fode Gassama not to be sworn in, for the court to actually decide in favor of the swearing in, and while Yakumba Jete's case continues. That is something that has been taking a lot of the Gambian people's time. Seriously. It is distracting the Gambian people, and this is something that is a fact that needs to be done. While that was going on, of course, we witnessed Sirif Bojang Jr., who is supposed to be the Gambia Press Union, the chairman, president of the Gambia Press Union, insulting a journalist right there at the scene, when he could have just nicely said, okay, I am not in a position to talk, I cannot talk to you, excuse me, or be nice in any way, shape, or form. But he ended up insulting the journalist right there. And that was something that was disappointing to me. These are the things that I was thinking of why I said that Gambia should be sold. Because this is the person that's supposed to be protecting journalists, that should be seen journalists being insulted, being harassed, being cussed at, and he does something about it. Right there at Yakumba Jaite's case is where this thing happened. Before the end of the day, with the Yakumba Jaite case, we hear the firing of the UDP-3 that I just mentioned. Are you kidding me? This is politically motivated. I just interviewed Fabakary Tombong Jatta on Wednesday. Today is Saturday. On Wednesday, I interviewed Fabakary Tombong Jatta, in which he was saying this, that the president should fire lawyer Ousainou Darboe, or lawyer Ousainou Darboe should resign before the president fires him. This is very disappointing. Only for us to hear that. Of course, as we speak, yesterday, all these things happened yesterday. All these things happened yesterday. Yesterday, when I woke up to a voice message with somebody that was crying, who was involved, informing me about the death of one Fanta Conjira. Of course, for those of you that are following us on Gambian Talent, you will see that a few weeks ago, we went and interviewed Fanta Conjira, who is a native of Bansang, who, of course, supposedly has a heart problem after she delivered her first child. If you are following us, you must have seen this on our page, in which herself and her husband are sitting down asking for help to come and have emergency medical treatment abroad, because supposedly the doctors have informed them that she cannot be treated in the entire West Africa, not only Gambia, but entire West Africa. And I said it in my video yesterday, that the whole Gambia don't have one MRI machine. The whole of Gambia doesn't have one MRI machine at the hospitals or anywhere in the country. What a shame, our leaders and our politicians. These are the things that we should be taking care of. What are our civil servants doing? These are the things that they should be taking care of. The whole Gambia doesn't have an MRI machine. You go to the hospitals, people are sitting there and probably not doing their jobs. Every year, the University of the Gambia, the School of Nursing, the Gambia College, and all other tertiary institutions graduating hundreds of Gambians, thousands of Gambians who are not giving any job, or even if they have the job, they don't have the means, they don't have the tools, they don't have the resources to do their job, and this is just the bottom line. I said these things in my video yesterday. We don't have a simple MRI machine in the country. Instead of our leaders taking care of these things, instead of our politicians taking care of these things, they are busy fighting over power and doing all of these things. I am sick and tired of this and disappointed with the government of the Gambia and the civil servants. I appeal to the Gambian people to get up and fight for these things, because it's getting out of hand. And if we don't do it for ourselves, we should do it for our kids. Civil servants, be honest to yourselves. Civil servants, be honest to yourselves. When you are given a job to do, please do it. Our case is not, of course, very serious. This past Monday, as we were out and about to go to Banjul to cover Yakumba Jaite's case, what ended up happening? We lost one of our phones that our people used to do the work that they should be doing. Right there at Westfield. In the process of Legend Timbiri Motor to go to Banjul, in the struggle and all of that, one very expensive phone, a Samsung Galaxy S5 Active, was stolen. Of course, they went to do the coverage. When they came back, they went to file a police report and do everything. You will be surprised that the police told our staff, and I could not believe this when I was told. The police told our staff that, well, they found a report. When they came back, did they give you a police report? No. What did they give you? Nothing. They just opened a case for us. What is the case number? They didn't give them any case number. They went to Serekunda Police. Serekunda Police told them that they have so many cases they're dealing with, they can handle it. They need to go to wherever the other police station was at Tipagaras. They went to Tipagaras, and those people are the ones who filled out this report after a big fight between them and the police. And eventually, the police said, they asked the police, what are we going to do? The police said, we are going to go to Africell. I mean, since that's where you have the line, and we're going to collect a couple of numbers, we will give it to Africell, do whatever. What surprised me the most is they don't even have fare to go to Africell. The police have to take $50 from my team in the Gambia. This happened on Wednesday evening, around 4 p.m. is when they went to the police station. I asked them, why didn't you get a receipt? I asked Farsamba and Aida Kebe, why did you not get a receipt? They say they don't issue any receipt. They have to take $50 or $100 from them to use as fare to go to Africell. Legi, what is the fate of that phone? We don't even know. We don't even know. So the government institutions, what are they doing? Just last week, we were trying to get, it was the immigration that was involved. This issue of deportation, we have these backway people threatening to create bombs and explosives when they come back to the country. It's not a joke. They made these threats on my show. I interviewed them and they spoke. It's not something that I made up. The backway people, the people, young people who are about to be deported, they talk about these things. They said they are going to be creating bombs and explosives. They talk about going to kill people. This is not something that Pa Usman is creating. If you are following us, if you are listening to my Luther Gambia Redemption show, or you're watching it, or other programs that we did about the deportation, you hear them talking and saying they're going to do these things. When threats are being made, our government don't take it seriously. Our civil servants don't take it seriously. They say, oh, well, they're just talking, they're just talking. These threats have to be made. Demonstrations have to be organized before the government came out and finally speak about this issue of, this issue of deportation. And finally, in fact, right now, we are hearing conflicting stories coming out of Germany that flights are going to continue, that the deportation hasn't stopped. They will continue to do what they do. That is different from the misleading information that the government of the Gambia gave us. And what I said to Mr. Sankare, what I said to Ibrahim Asila, the information minister, and all of them at the top, that those that are supposed to be carrying out these duties barely do their duties as they are supposed to do them. And when they come to report to you, they make you believe that they are doing the work. They make you believe that they are taking care of stuff. They make you believe that all is well. They make you believe that it's honey and sugar and everything is taken care of when no situation is taken care of. That is what led to these deportees and what we are talking about with one of the deportees supposedly, which is not yet confirmed, but Mr. Buba Balde, of course, who killed these two young people, who is Mr. Esa Wage and the other guy from Abuko, Esa Wage of Jimara and what's his name from Abuko, the two people who were killed at Tanka, who were killed at Kampama. Why were they killed? Supposedly they were killed by a deportee. They were killed by a deportee, supposedly, which the police PRO said he had, but it's not verified. We showed you the matter, Bimgel, the firewood that he took, the piece of firewood that he took and hit these people with it, with blood on this firewood, this piece of firewood, this big piece of firewood. If you are watching and following Luther Gambia Redemption show, you will see, this thing. Now we are talking about this deportation issue that has not been settled yet. We are hearing the things that are happening and what the government actually did. Only to give Gambians misleading information on a lot of the things that are happening. And now, here we are again with this land dispute issue. And I've been saying it for the longest. Land issues can be the fastest thing, probably, that can bring in war and other things from in the Gambia. It's not impossible because people's livelihoods are at stake. People's families are at stake. If you look on our page, right when this video ends, or if this video ends, you can go, you will see us interviewing a woman from Dian village, who, of course, we went there to do coverage because that particular Tuesday, 2 weeks ago, the Jiba Jabang family was supposed to go to Dian village to actually bulldoze the entire village. They were given 1 week notice to actually pack up their things, the Manjagos of Dian village, to pack up their things and leave. To where? To where? Like I said, if you look on our page, you will see that 2 days ago we were there to offer help to one Clara Docosta, who of course said she doesn't have food to eat. She goes to Sanyang every day. Si tati perebe, si tefesbi, pour them uti for city gen you guys they sand is the city gen that they are putting that they are living on the tati pere and beg for food to come and cook for her family. That her husband passed away when she was 2 months pregnant with her last child, and that she doesn't have a single family. Amud yai, amud papa, amud mak, amud raka, fentabulo, any family member killing tabulo. This Clara Docosta, you can go to our page right when this video ends, you watch it. This woman said if she was to be evicted, where will she go? She doesn't have anywhere to go. She doesn't have anything to do. The authorities were involved and engaged by these Manjago people, and the authorities never came. Even that meeting, if you watch it on our page, you will not see anybody, any authority who was there. It's only the Manjagos who were there at that meeting. And they warned the people, they warned the authorities. Right after that, right after we put that there is when, of course, the government came and issued a press release reassuring the Manjagos and telling them all the sweet words that they are not minorities, that they should not feel left behind, they should not quoted it and colored it with all these beautiful and sweet words, thinking that this is a joke, only to come out and give statements when they should have acted, when the physical planning should have acted, when the Ministry of Local Government and Land should have acted, when the Ministry of Interior should have acted. What have these people been doing? What are the staff of these ministries been doing? For heaven's sake, what have they been doing? What have they been doing about all of these things? The last year when the Tanene issue happened, we wrote it. I wrote it. I showed you guys the records. And I have all these records in which a land commission was set up during Yahya Jammeh's time to look into this land issue, especially the issue of Tanene and others. And a lot of rulings were given by these commissions, and these commissions' rulings should be respected. And whatever their findings and recommendations should be respected. Apparently, they were not respected. As soon as this new government came into power, people are taking the law into their hands. People are doing everything they're doing. And you talk to any and all of these sides, from the people of Gunjur to the people of Tanen, to the people of Sanyang, to the people of Ndian village, all these Jola, Manjago, Mandinka settlements that are fighting over these land issues. It is real. It's not a joke. It's real. This is not a joke. Our civil servants, please do your job and be honest to yourself. Like I told you guys, we just had an interview with Mr. Manjang of Physical Planning yesterday after 3 to 4 attempts of our reporter going there just to ask him about this land dispute issues. Yesterday, we had that interview. Ida Kebe had that interview with him. And if you watch us on the Luther Gambian show tomorrow, I will bring in Ida Kebe to talk about these things. The reports that she's been doing. Babaja has talked about these things. And people say, oh, comedian, he's just a comedian, he's a clown. He is not. People are affected. Myself, as we speak, I have a piece of land at this place, at Babylon village, between Babylon and Makumbaya. This land dispute issue is there. My own place that I'm testing, I was building 3 slopes there. I started this building, Mabil Kobem Agalento. It came all the way up. All that was left was roofing. When I visited Gambia in 2017, I went there and I found somebody else, Mujekali Suma Ligebi. Billahi wallahi talahi suma liggéey bi man suma kër ñu jekkali liggéey bi somebody jekkali liggéey bi right on top of man suma building. Are you kidding me? I did not do anything further, try to engage, because I bought my land from Babylon village when the people of Makumbaya are the ones who are also selling. So you have 2 villages, ñëpp di jaay the same plot of land, ñi di jaayee fii ñële di jaayee fële. What is the government doing about these things? The alcalos are accused of being involved in this. The area councils are involved in, accused of being involved in this. Rawatina Birikama Area Council and all other people are involved, are supposedly involved in this. I will show these videos to you guys tomorrow. If you watch the Luther Gambian show at 6 p.m. tomorrow, it's not a joke. Like seriously, land dispute is one issue. We are talking about politics here. Right now, the bottom line is between the UDP and the Barrow camp. It's happening. It's affecting the country. Like seriously. This is not taking sides. This is nothing. But it is outrightly clear. It's outrightly clear. We are seeing what is happening at the Akumbajete hearing. Like President Barrow. A lot of Gambians are disappointed. A complete overhaul is needed. You just said it. I published a video of you in which a while back you said it. It's 2019. You are either in or you are out. Last year, you said it. That business is not going to be as usual. When you were talking about your national development plan, your NDP, and presenting all these colorful things and plans that you have in the NDP, even if God was to bring the Gambia angel Jibril as our prophet, as I have been saying it, we are not going anywhere. If God was to give the Gambia angel Jibril as our president, if the civil servants, if the people working under him, if the Gambian people don't change our attitude, soon they can do them. And that is why we came up with the Luther Gambian them show. As long as Gambians continue to act like this, we ain't going nowhere. Our attitudes need to be changed. Civil servants are paid to do work. If you are working at physical planning, if you are working at Interior Ministry, Agriculture, Health, wherever, if you are to serve the people, they should not be struggling for you to serve them. They should not be bribing you for you to serve them, for heaven's sake. Civil servants think that in the process of doing their work, they have to be bribed, they have to be paid, they have to be giving other incentives before they can do their work. It doesn't matter what your job is like. You have to be compensated. You have to be bribed. In Gambia, so rotten. Niman Jolong, your job doesn't get done. Imagine the farmer that is struggling so hard, applying for a loan or something that they need. Or, of course, if the Ministry of Agriculture has some benefits, such as tractors, caterpillars, or fertilizers, or whatever that they need to give out. If farmers come to apply for this, these farmers who don't have anything, these farmers who don't have anything, who rely on their farming, they come for the government to give them fertilizers, to give them loans or anything. And you that is hired, you that is employed, you that is paid to facilitate the issuance of those fertilizers, you have to tell these farmers na dañ am pour rot pour yow nga jox leen fertilizer boobu. Kañ la suñu dëkk bi di dem? That's just an example. If you are an immigration officer, you are working in the ID card office or in the passport department or whatever it is that you are doing, and people come there to apply for services that your ministry provide, and you are supposed to sign a mere document or make a mere phone call or attend a mere meeting, and you have to ask the people for money. Suñu rotul ni man jolong luñ buga duñ ko am. Like seriously, this is a fact. This is a fact. Any ministry board them, interior law, health law, defense law, anywhere you go, you want services in Gambia. I was just talking to somebody, and he was telling me how he went to the Gambia, the Central Bank of the Gambia, to get change while he was there a month ago. And he stood at the line. He went there very early. He has to stand in the line. Niti di ñëw di ko romba di dugga ka génn di dem. Ku ñëw am executive, ku ñëw nekkal lifin, danga ñëw rek romba. Anyhow, we don't respect lines. We don't respect anything. We don't respect people who are in line. We don't respect Badola and people we don't know. It has to be through nepotism. It has to be through connection. It has to be through people you know. It has to be through somebody you know at the place. It has to be what you have to offer as far as what you have to give out as bribe or rot. Onjegi guru, Nimaki at a workla, or in the case of the police officers, when of course we're seeing big government officers, directors, ministers, and all these people having vehicles and having utility vehicles, when our police officers don't even have a simple vehicle that they can use to go to the places to run their errands, when they don't have vehicles to take care of all the things that they need to take care of. Seriously, Gambia, this is not fair and it is not done. And it is unfortunate. And I, Pa Usman Youth, I'm sick and tired of this. And something needs to be done. And I challenge all our civil servants to do justice to themselves and to the people of the Gambia. Because that is what they are paid for. It's rather unfortunate, but this is the situation. This land issue is becoming a big problem. Our Gambian security, people are becoming a big trouble. At least one kudos we will give to them is the fact that they have now decided to be more professional when it comes to the security going out to these areas of demonstration. Because so far, we haven't heard of anything happening between the security and the citizens over there at Gunjur, and that we must give them credit for. But besides that, they have been joking and playing with people's livelihood. And kuneka nak, sa livelihood fumneka, kuneka sa dunda sa teranga fumneka, kuneka if it involves dunda ak day, people will take action. And I wish these civil servants know. It's just like how we were telling Mr. Sankare about this issue of deportation, the government spokesperson, when he said he was going to make research and get back to us, and it took him 1 whole month before he could get back to us. He never even got back to us, actually. 1 whole month. They eventually had to talk and come up with some bogus excuses and stories for the Gambian people after threats were made, after lives were lost, and other things that came up. This is sad and unfortunate. Yeah, it's sad and unfortunate. And something needs to be done, and something should be done by government on this issue. They take not and I wish they take advantage of this. I wish they take the situation very seriously. I cannot say any better. This is the situation in the Gambia. Like I said, I was jogging. I'm put stop limit on down for this video just because I am sitting here and thinking of everything that is happening. And I needed to vent out and say my 2 cents about this particular situation. Share this video to help actually out. The rest here at the gym because but I am very pissed off about this whole situation. I know something could have been done. Warning signs were given. The people of Gunjur have said it. They were sitting on a time bomb, on a timing bomb, and something needed to be done. The people of Ndian village have warned. When security is at risk, when people talk, when citizens say stuff,
it should be taken seriously. When there is any security threat, when there are any security threat about anything, our government and our people need to be taken very seriously, and something should be done about these things. Unfortunately, our people don't take these things seriously. Our civil servants don't take these things seriously. Our government don't take these things seriously, and it is about time that they start to take these things seriously. I said it yesterday. Nen jaay Gambia ku nekk ñu jox la sa wàll nga dem. Ku nekk ñu jox la sa wàll nga dem. Because the way things are going in the country is so disappointing, is so disheartening with all these things that are happening. And I wish our people take this serious. I wish our government take this serious. I wish we start to develop and improve like the 21st century, like all other countries are doing. Them and our politicians need to stop deceiving people, and our politicians need to stop lying to the people and telling them things that don't exist or distracting the people. Thank God, this might end up killing this UDP versus Barrow camp debate and problems, because Yofi Gunjur is a bigger thing, and right now it has to do with life and death. It has to do with citizens' life and property at stake, and I hope that will be a big distraction. By the time you deal with dinner, but then we need to be more focused. Our civil servants finally are the ones I am appealing to. Be honest to yourselves. Be honest to yourselves, regardless of where you work. Be honest to yourself and serve the people that you are hired to pay and paid to serve with taxpayers' money. Dem leen seen liggéeykaay yi ngeen def seen liggéey ni ngeen ko war a defee. Ku si ñëw liggéey si, like I said, it's about time Gambian civil servants stop going to work at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, wala suñu ñëwee liggéeykaay dañ am pour continuer nekk si seen téléphone yi wala am pour ndéewoo between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock ndéewoo time. For them soxla any service. No work probably gets done. The average civil servant will only work 3 to 4 hours in the day outside of same regular schedule, outside of the 8-9 hours that they should be working. 3-4 hours a day, regular active. The rest of the time, either dañoo ñëw am pour spend ko pour dem deewoo ji, dañoo ñëw am pour spend ko nekk si seen téléphone yi, nekk on social media, nekk on Facebook or other places, wala nga ñëw the half of the day da nga am pour dem takka comme ni ma ko waxee the last time, but because saraka dafa takka jabar wala sa friend dañ ko ndeyale, wala yow da nga war a dem si marché bi jëndi yére yi nga sol pour ngente bi nga war a dem si weekend bi, or da nga club bi tonight, wala Wally Seck mooy ñëw or Youssou Ndour or this person or that person, and you have to go prepare for that, wala dëj moo am sa xarit la rakam réer. These are the things that are happening in our civil service, and you all know it. You know it, and I know it. That the average civil servant in the Gambia barely spend productive 5 hours working. So you don't have 5 hours that they were very productive or are very productive at the job. You can understand, but they barely have these 5 hours of work. 2-3 hours. Di nga dem place. Boromam nekk si telephone am bi di wax personal call. When you have people waiting, when you have people listening, when you have people who have things you need to take care of them, a mere signature from you, and you are on your phone talking on a personal call, or you are doing something else that has nothing to do with what you are paid to do, and this is very unfair. It's unfortunate. Wala yaa ngi génn ne da nga dem break, or da nga dem si marché bi, or dem jëndi ndewo, or dem tijjanti A, B, and C. When you are on the clock, te weer bu dee ñu fay la sa xaalis. This is sad, it's undone, it's unfortunate, and I am disappointed with it. And I challenge civil servants to know and understand that these are the things that they are paid to do, and they need to do it. They need to be honest and fair to the Gambian people who are paying them. And if they cannot do it, they need to resign. And starting with the president, coming back to the last person, the last employee of the government, the last person that is paid by taxpayers' money, they need to be honest to themselves. And this is not only in the civil service, even in the private sector, but we will not worry much about private sector, because the private institution, the private endeavor, look guide def, even though it's not right, but civil servants, servants, dañ am a lot loo xam ne ñoom suñ ko deful, suñ ci taxaw mun na moo cause dëkk bi tuuxi duna, mun na moo taal dëkk bi, mun na moo suuxloo dëkk bi, rawatina if it has to do with security and other things, if it has to do with health. And I've been emphasizing these 3 things lately: education, health, and security should be prioritized by the Gambia government. So health system is dilapidated, it's wearing out, and there is so much happening there. Loo xam ne government bi need to act on it. Ñi liggéey si health sector bi li ma wax xam ngeen ko bu baax a baax. Lopitaan yi li fa xew xam nañ ko. When there are no lights, when there are no generators in a lot of these hospitals, when nurses and doctors have to use cell phones or torch lights or candles in order to deliver babies and do other things, when there are no MRI machines, when there are no X-ray machines in a lot of hospitals, when there are no medicines. My brother's wife was having a baby, and I went there, and they needed plaster, bandage in order to put IV for my brother's wife, and they didn't have any. Dama am pour génne dem si pharmacy bi pour jëndi lolu in Banjul, and the pharmacy has closed, and one of the ladies who she shared room with next to her bed kin dendal kooku moo ñu am pour may bandage that day pour nurse bi defal suma broda jabaram bandage pour defal ko IV. Mere bandit. And this was in 2017. So what are we talking about? Our civil servants, seriously, they need to take their work more serious. If you are watching me and you are a civil servant, do justice to the people. Stop taking bribe and stop acting like you are doing the Gambian people a favor for the money that you are paid to do your work. te ku si am mbokki civil servant kuy liggéey ci nguur gi nañ leen am these discussions with them. Let's engage them in these discussions. Let's talk to them about these things so that they understand. Maybe they don't understand. They think that okay, then am pour bribe land. That bribe is a fundamental part of it before it can happen. Something needs to be done for you by the people that you are serving before you can actually take care of them. When the government is paying you, it doesn't matter how small your salary is, but you desire to choose Lulu, or that is what you can have, and you need to be able to respect this. Please share this video because it will enlighten a lot of people. Share it as you are watching right now. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, go ahead and like it right now so that you will be able to see this thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Dinañu help you of course, and you will be abreast with all of the things. You will keep being informed about the things that are happening. Also, go ahead and like our Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat pages, Gambian Talent Promotion. Through this, you will be able to see all the things we are doing. Duma fàtte pour wax leen tamit ne pour ñu dem Gunjur, pour ñu demal leen taane ne pour ñu demal leen ci police ak lijjanti leen xibaar yi ngeen soxla yëpp. We need support and we need help from you guys because Gambian Talents TV and Gambian Talent Promotion is a non-profit public broadcasting network that doesn't rely on government, doesn't rely on the private sector or anybody pour ñu support ñu. Yéen ñi ñoo seetaan seeni bot la ñoo xoolee, seeni gémmiñ la ñoo waxee, seeni noppa la ñoo dégloo te it's important pour ngeen jàppale ñu so that starting tomorrow, when I get off this line, I'll be contacting the team. They'll go back to Gunjur tomorrow and they'll follow up. And this week, we will publish the report that we did. We findings about this land dispute issue for the past 1 month. On the so, you can send us money from in the Gambia. 7833524 is the number to dial. 7833524. You need anything in the Gambia, we will be able to use it. Put them indil leen facts yi ngeen soxla from the Gambia about what is happening. Wax naa leen di running around, we have to go through to get information in Gambia. Wax naa leen suñ téléphone bi nga xam ne dafa réer and all the other things yoo xam ne ñu ngi koo def that need your help. So no amount is too small. Yéen ñi seetaan su ngeen seetee next to the comment section on the right side di ngeen gis foofu a green button with a love sign. If you click on it, it will take you to a secure tab where you can contribute just $5 a month, and with your $5, we will be able to support pour dépasse liggéey bi nga xam ne moom lañ nar a def. Li ñu na def Pa Ousmane demul si posam or anything. I am just appealing to you guys so that we can help the young people we are training ak ñi nga xam ne ñooy dem di leen indil xibaar. Two benefits your contribution will have is one, dina jàppale ndaw yooyu nga xam ne they should be on the off the streets pour ñu am liggéey ak loo xam ne dinañ ci mën a dépassé pour jàppale seen boppa. Number two, dina tax tamit ñu mun leen a indil xibaar yu leer yu wóor yi nga xam ne moom ngeen soxla. So contribute by subscribing to our page, clicking on that green button with the love sign next to the comment section, or you can contribute by sending it to the Gambia. 7833524. 7833524 is the number to dial. Soon accountant be her name is Nguinjai. You can send it to Nguinjai with the telephone number 7833524. Jërë ngeen jëf inshallah ba ci kanam ñu indil leen meññantama Pa Ibrahima Mama Koto in the next 3 hours. And of course tomorrow we will bring you Lutax Gambia to them show where we will do thorough analysis of this thing. Maa ngi leen a gërëm di leen bëggee bu leen fàtte pour share video bi. Thank you.